So let's begin this webinar. So good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, an exclusive platform where we invite pioneers from the education industry to share their years of experience and insights with us. So before moving forward, let me introduce you to Entab. With an experience of 21 years, NTAP is associated with over 1,500 schools across India, evolving them to become new age digital campuses by providing them mature and futuristic ERP, CRM, and mobile apps. In today's session, we'll discuss about learning self-management in schools. We'll understand the importance of self-management skills, especially when living alone. We'll also learn that how can parents control over their overprotective nature so that the child enjoy his or her life experiences. So to discuss the same, we have a very special guest with us. We have Dr. Vasudha Mani, Principal Rockwoods International School, Udaipur. For her contribution to the field of education for more than 27 years, ma'am has been honored with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award, the Best Dynamic Educationist of the Year Award, the Global Educators Award, and many more. So welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So before starting, I would like all of you to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Also, we are coming up with regular vlogs where you'll have all the insights from the corporate world. So do subscribe the channel. Okay, so moving on. So today it is very common for anyone to live alone and all on their own, maybe for studying or for a job. So ma'am, like how important are self-management skills in this scenario? So what is your take on this?
Very imperative, very integrated, and integral part of one's system. So self-management, let's divide self-management into a couple of parts.
Sure.
One is managing self physically, other one is managing self emotionally. So that is very important, because any decision that we take, so it reflects on our personality, it reflects on how we are thinking, it reflects on what is going inside our mind. So there is a mental well-being and there is a emotional well-being. So it is very important when we are talking about self-management skills. So the person whosoever is being alone for whatever reasons, so whether the person is alone due to studying, due to job, due to, so that person has to be responsible enough to be taking that independence or freedom in a right manner. So of course it will be a different scenario, or a different prerequisites required for the students, and different prerequisites required for a person who's doing a job. So how you are managing your time, how you are prioritizing your day schedule, how well, so not letting that lonelyhood, capturing you. If you are busy throughout your day, you are putting your best in the day, so you will be able to um, live independently. So when the person is emotionally stable, let's talk about being emotionally stable. So when the person is emotionally stable, he will be able to manage himself or herself well. So when we talk about when we are talking about emotions, so emotions are the main representatives of how we are feeling. So what happens is, suppose we have taken a decision that we want to work somewhere or we want to study somewhere and we have to live alone. So when we are living alone at that point in time, at that point in time when we are living alone, it is very, very important what's going on in our mind. Now, when we are talking about self management, as I said, that it is the main reason of it is the main reason of any individual who is alone, or who is living alone. Not I mean, forget about living alone. I feel that self management is a very, very imperative skill in any human being's life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, very well said. So, yes, like self-management skills that empower you to set your goals, then channel your thoughts, feelings, and action towards achieving your goals, right? So, ma'am, moving on, like in your opinion, how can schools they can contribute to teaching self-management skills to students like independent learning? So, what?
Absolutely. These days, schools are talking a lot about making students independent learners.
Yes.
And fortunately, where I am working, I mean, I am a principal of a Cambridge affiliated school, and
Yes.
I have been into Cambridge education for about 18 years now. And it is the main aim about Cambridge education, or any this education, is to make them independent learners. So
Right.
there is no rote learning. There is The students are motivated to do things independently, do things as a part of active learning. So here I would like to give you a very interesting concept, how schools can imbibe or inculcate these skills in students. So
Right.
one important aspect is, we have all heard about pedagogy. We actually use it as a synonym in a school learning. But there are two other concepts that are known as andragogy and hedagogy,
Pedagogy.
wherein andragogy focuses on adult learning. Andra means adult, and of
Adult
course,
learning.
goji means learning. So adult learning, it says that we have to treat students as young adults, and the learning should be a child centered learning, where
Absolutely.
the learner is the prime center of attraction, not the content. So the other part, which is the other concept, is hedagogy, where it is talking about self directed learning. So when we are talking about self directed learning, that means that there is a saying that we can take horse to the well, but we cannot make him drink the water. But
Right.
as educators, as teachers, or as schools, it is our responsibility to at least ignite that thirst in the child of learning, that
Yes.
he becomes responsible, that he has to learn. And for that, schools have to take the initiative, schools have to take the lead in that. And right now, because of the current scenario, everything is virtual. I
Hmm.
mean, you and I are also, sitting and talking to each other virtually.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I am in Udaipur, you must be in Delhi or Bombay or
Delhi.
whatever, wherever.
Delhi, ma'am.
But the world has shrunken into a system, or in a computer. So now
Yes.
what happens is, it's very, very important that we utilize these skills, we utilize these things in the right manner, and give the students that independent learning scenario. And it is
Yes.
there are certain things, like what I do with my school is that we are in touch with our parents on a regular basis. Now today also, it was my senior classes parent teacher meeting, where we were talking to the students and their parents, and talking to them that you have to put your cameras on, you have to, because children are students are young, so they might not be knowing the importance of virtual learning at this point
Yes.
in time, but we have to make them responsible. And right now, at this point in time, the schools and the parents have to work in tangent to achieve our goals of making the students independent learners, and make them doing the concept of self management when you are talking about.
Right.
So
Right.
A very different thing. Every human being, not, it is not answer to your question, but yes, it might lead us to some discussion. So
Yes.
every human being is a form of energy,
Hmm.
right? So
Right.
we, and energy is cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed.
Transform.
So whatever we are doing with the young minds, whatever, so we have to prepare them to face any challenge in the world. That is self management.
Absolutely.
These days, there are suicide cases increasing in marital couples. There are divorces increasing because our threshold level of managing ourselves, forget about managing others, because our
Hmm.
threshold level of managing
Right.
ourselves have gone for a toss. So it
Yes.
is very, very imperative that we teach these skills not only to the students, but I think young adults and the teachers also need that a lot. Need that a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, ma'am, like I want to add, like some of the things we can do to teach the students the self-management skills. Like we can, like the practice of creating a daily schedule or setting of a weekly schedules and sticking to deadlines. So क्या
Right.
होता है कि अगर schools, for example, जब school में कोई project मिलता है या कोई assignment मिलता है, तो schools में usually there's a deadline कि हमें यहाँ तक इस date and इस time तक we have to submit it. So by doing these small things, we can also contribute to teaching of self-management skills to the students.
Right. Right.
Okay, so ma'am, moving forward, so according to you, how should parents control their overprotective nature and let the child have his or her fair share of life experiences?
Well, that's a very difficult one to answer, because these days young parents are the helicopter parents who
Hmm.
want to, know everything what's happening in a child's life in
Right.
the school. So let me share. When back there, I'm 30 years ago, not 30, more than that. When I was
Okay.
in school, so our parents seldomly knew what was happening in our lives in the school, right? And if we were if we had got any scolding from the school, I think we were doubly scolded at home, because parents had that trust in the school that you are wrong, but your
Yes.
teachers are right.
Right.
I still remember when I went for my grade 11 admission to a different school, my father did not even go with me. He said, okay, I've signed the documents. You only decide what subjects you have to take, what you want to do in life. It's your call. Now, having said that, these days, parents, they actually want to control every minute of the child. Now, what happens? So, maybe there is a lack of trust between the parents and the school, which should not be, because
Yes.
I think my belief is, I strongly believe and I strongly feel that any person, any educationist who has started a school, so his first and foremost intention is to educate a child, right?
Absolutely.
So when we are educating a child, so that means we are educating a different generation altogether, a whole generation,
Right.
so that respect towards the school, that respect towards the educator, that respect towards the teacher has to be there always. Then only you will be able to we will be able to uh, do the justice with our own children. Now,
Right.
coming to the if we forget about the scenario of the school, when a child see, these children are, this generation is Gen Z, I mean generation of Gen Z kids, millennial kids, they don't like to be hovered around.
Yes.
I remember, I don't know what is the scenario with you, Megha, but I know if my parents used to tell me that, okay, you are sitting here for next 20 minutes with no question asked, there was not even, I mean, forget about 20 minutes. At the 21st minute also, if they did not come and tell us to move, we did not move. But this generation, they will want how, why, what
Yes.
of everything. They are
Absolutely.
very analytical, they
Hmm.
are very logical. So you have to give them that freedom. It is like, if you are nurturing a plant, so you cannot give them, you have to give everything to them in a right proportionate quantity, whether it is sunlight, whether it is water, whether it is mud, whatever it is. Now compare that. If you will be overdoing the things, the plants will die. The same thing is with the students, with the children. If we are being overprotective with our children, number one, they will lose trust in us. So when we say that we have to trust our children, we have to trust our children. We are there to guide them, we are there to facilitate them, we are there to keep an eye on them, but we are not there to control them their every minute. Now,
Yes.
I have a teenager daughter, and I know she shares everything with me, everything. But I choose my reactions. If I'm not liking anything also,
Yes.
at that time, I will not say anything to her. But at a later stage, I can say, don't you think we could have dealt it in this manner? Because, if your child is sharing things with you and you react and you scold that child, so that means next time the child is not going to share anything with you.
Right, ma'am.
So these are certain things. These days, children are very, very independent. They know what they are doing. But yes, the world is moving fast. There are a lot of things, a lot of unwanted, unsolicited things also happening around. So we have to make our children choose between right and wrong and let their decision be theirs. We have to teach them that what is responsibility. We have to teach them that every action has a reaction,
Right.
and obviously everything has a consequence to learn. So they should be made responsible. So that self responsibility has to be there.
Absolutely right. Very well said. So thank you so much, Vasudha ma'am, for sharing your valuable insights on this topic. And it was great interacting with you. So thank you so much, ma'am, for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And to all the viewers who are watching us, if you haven't subscribed the channel, so do subscribe it for regular updates. And till then, stay happy, stay safe, and stay away from Corona.